So we're here at Rhinebeck 2018, and we were so lucky to be able to grab the Spincycle girls to talk to us today. Thanks so much for being willing to sit down and join us.
Our pleasure.
Wanted to first off talk to you guys about your name. Can you tell us how you chose that name?
Well, yes. Okay, so this is the dark ages of 2003-ish. Rachel and I started a little hand spinnery, and we would hand spin all week. And we would load it onto bike trailers and cycle it on over to farmers market to sell our wares. And so Spincycle.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we just missed every opportunity to change it.
I like it. And I think it's great. And then you guys can call yourself the Spinsters.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's important.
I think it works.
I think it's different too, which is nice to differentiate yourself in this market where there seems to be a lot of people, but you guys are very, very unique in your name.
And your product.
And your product.
Yeah. And in truth, I think it actually has kind of grown with us because there's so many like cycles to everything we do, you know, to life. You know, I mean, we met when we were so young, and
how did you guys meet?
We worked together at the food co-op. We cashiered next to each other. We used to just kind of chitty chat about knitting, and one day I invited Rachel over to my house to do some dyeing. I was like, you want to just hang out, make a mess? Because, you know, you can't use your food pots. You have to have separate pots for dye. So I had some separate pots already. And then, like, the first colorway we ever dyed was Salty Dog, which is one that we still have today. It's
I just knit that in the throwback.
Yeah, yeah, totally. It's in the throwback. It's in the new night shift. It's, like, everywhere.
That's so
it was
cool.
the first one we ever did, and that was, like, 15 years ago.
Yeah, we did it in the kitchen of this group house that Kate lived in with like all these hippies.
Yeah.
We just threw them out of the kitchen for the day.
That's
made a big
awesome.
mess.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I heard that story.
Yeah, and Spincycles like cycled through, you know, being like little 20-somethings, then through us, you know, like going to Rachel's wedding, you know, us having kids.
Back-to-back kids.
Yeah. So, I mean,
we've had a lot of cycles.
That's really awesome.
It works.
I love that.
And that's awesome that your name has kind of grown with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Where do you guys get your color inspiration from? Because your colors are so unique.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean,
yeah. We're always looking for color inspiration, whether we know it or not. We just see things.
We've taken pictures of, like, you know, outdoor scenes, you know, fall leaves, waterfalls, whatever, or even like when we were both working at the co-op and also doing Spincycle, one time I grabbed a piece of packaging of some lipstick that just had like this really pretty arrangement of colors, you know, like a box for bulk lipsticks or whatever, and I was like, oh, this little scrap of paper, and then, you know, tacked it in.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I just see colors put together all over the place, indoors, outdoors.
Everything's game. I mean, sometimes you just get up so early in the morning and you like get dressed out of the like half clean pile of clothes on the floor, and you're like in something, and there's like a little bit of a like band t-shirt sticking out from under and some pants, and you're like, oh wait, boop boop boop, that's nice together, and next thing you know, it's a colorway. Yeah.
How do you guys come up with the names for the colorways?
Sorry,
because they're awesome.
First of all, there are no wrong answers in brainstorming.
I like that.
And we know, because we tried them all.
Yeah. I don't know. There are a lot of inside jokes.
Little known fact, our entire line of super bulky Knit Fast Young is all hip hop song names.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Pop culture.
Sometimes I think it's just like a feeling.
Inside jerks. I just said inside jerks.
Inside jerks.
That's the next colorway.
I do. I like that.
I want to buy that.
Nailed it.
Like,
now you know how we do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Misspeaking or however.
That's
really
awesome.
tired.
Yeah.
I really do love all the names. They're really, really neat.
Some of them I feel like are such gems. Like some of them are just like a really pretty word. Like, you know, I really like this word ruination, and that's one of our colorways. I think it's just like a beautiful, complex word.
Yeah.
So the colors that you do dye, the ones that are your regular colors that you always have, does everyone in this, do you both dye them all the time? You're together all the time? How does that work?
Nope. One time Rachel gave me a recipe for one of her colors, and she's like, just dye it, like this, that, and the other to do. I don't know, it was like tax season or something. There was some reason it needed to be done. She couldn't do it.
It was Salty Dog.
And that's the day that I made Shades of Earth. Because it's not the same.
If
It's a
you're
very pretty accident, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
If you're
I was
familiar
happy
with their
about
colorways, those are really different. If you're not, just have a moment on the website and put those two next to each other. They actually contain the same 8 colors, and they couldn't be more different.
Which goes to show just how much really does go into the dyeing process and really understanding, you know, how much of each color to use and how they go together and the chemistry behind it.
Yeah.
When you can take the same exact colors and come up with those 2 colorways that are completely different.
Yeah, it's like how you mix the powder in the water, how hot is the water, how much acidity, like, yeah.
But you have to keep it on every single time, and it's just really impressive that you guys can do that.
So if there was something that you wanted to tell your customers, something that they might not know because they aren't in a dye studio and they don't know how the process works, what would that be?
I think it would be that, yes, those are both Rusted Rainbow. Even though they do look a little different, they are from the same batch, and that's kind of what makes Spincycle special, because we dye sometimes even up to like 17 or 18 pounds of fiber in one pot. And then once it goes through the pin drafter, which elongates the fiber and gets it ready for spinning, then goes through the mill, which elongates the fiber again. There's only, you know, a little bit of the fiber. There's only like 2 ounces of the fiber in each skein. So there's like more or less colors of each color in each skein, and that, I don't know, makes it cool. Like you and your friend can both knit, you know, a shift out of the same 3 colors that Andrea used, and then you'll all have different shifts, and it's cool, right? I mean,
I think that's one of the best things about your yarn. We were just talking about it on our last podcast about how we loved being able to take your yarn and just pull it apart and play with pieces and change the colors.
Binding it and just watching the colors change. And I actually love digging through the yarn and finding the skein that really like speaks to me, like that I really like. And I like not having something that's exactly the same as someone else, because the whole point of slow fashion is to not have something that's really manufactured looking.
Right, exactly.
And so if you have these like these little nuances is what makes it really cool and really
makes it really yours.
Yeah. I really love
makes
that.
you feel things. Like when you see colors, it makes you feel things. So sometimes when it's just like that one little crossover of like, you know, that blue and the purple where it hits just there in the skein, it makes you feel something. And so I don't know. I mean, they are the same color, but
and your process is different than a lot of other dyers, because you guys are dyeing the fiber and then spinning it, as opposed to getting these blank skeins and dyeing them exactly the same. So of course they're all going to look different. So
I like to think of it as a feature, not a bug. If, you know, if people want to go there with us.
Yeah,
I like that. So you want to ask the Selvage question?
Okay, yeah.
I'll give it to you.
We one question we want to ask everybody, because the name of our podcast is Selvage, because knitting for us is the thing that keeps us from unraveling. So we want to ask you, what do you do? What is it in your life that keeps you from unraveling?
I live in my bathtub.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
When I'm not making yarn, I'm in my bathtub. That's my happy place. I light a candle and just chill out. Yeah.
I wish I had time to get into the bathtub.
You gotta make time for the bathtub.
I know. I
Bathtub
also have a really
time.
tiny bathtub though. Like I feel like I need to get a better bathtub.
No.
You should see your Asian
Don't.
bathtub.
My bathtub is really
amazing.
small. It's small but deep. Don't make excuses.
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Just get in the
Make
tub.
time for the tub.
Make time for the
time
tub.
for the
Yeah.
Oh, we need shirts that say that.
Yes.
Make time for
that
the tub.
should be your new shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Make time for the tub.
Yeah.
Either the dye tub or the
Yeah. There you go.
What about you, Kate?
I'm like quite into my exercise these days. It's like
That's
something.
opposite.
No, it is and it isn't. You know?
It's self-care, right?
Yeah, I go, you know, at least 2 times a week for an hour, and it's an hour that I really should be at the mill. But I leave and I go and I exercise, and it makes me feel strong and capable, and like I can do things, you know, like I'm learning new things, like I'm challenging myself, and it makes me I don't know. I'm guessing like a dog. Like I need to go for a walk. Like, tear up the house.
No, but I can even see it in your face how excited it makes you.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing, I want that kind of enthusiasm for exercise more than I can tell you.
Yes, I know.
I'm not
Can
good
I
at
get
it
some
or
of
anything,
that?
but it does make me happy.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for answering these questions
Yes.
for us. We now have some rapid fire questions we want to take you through. We'd love it if you could both answer.
Yes.
And have fun.
All right. Guilty pleasure snack.
Potato chips.
Pistachios.
Childhood nicknames.
Rachy poopers.
Midge.
Midge. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at wiffle ball?
10. I've never played wiffle ball.
That's some confidence.
Love that confidence. I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright.
You're all right?
Yeah.
All right. Ask
called
permission or beg for forgiveness?
Forgiveness.
Permission.
Favorite style of short row?
Oh, wrap and turn.
Yeah, wrap and turn every time because it's all I know.
If Tupac appeared right now, what would you ask him?
Proposal?
Oh, that's so upstanding. I was just gonna be like, can we make out? But you're gonna get married
Make him
first.
an
That's
honest
really
man.
sweet.
You like an honest man out of Tupac.
Sleep Island or nonstop to your FL?
I'm dead in the water on Sleep Island. That is where I live.
Sleep Island's where you live?
Yeah. I have sleeves, just have sleeves everywhere.
No, I think I power through. Yeah.
Nonstop play.
Yeah.
DPNs or Magic Loop?
DPNs.
Magic Loop?
Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
Only if no one's looking.
Yes.
Make it related to everyone? No.
Name one of the 7 dwarfs.
Sleepy?
Dopey.
Brioche or cabling?
Cabling.
Brioche.
First pattern you ever knit?
Like a real pattern that we followed?
Yeah.
Okay. It was that, I think it was called Kyoto. It was like a little kimono boxy sweater on knitty.
Okay.
Yeah. Did not turn out.
I'm gonna have to look that up and like link that in.
Okay.
Oh man. It was some socks. It was like these afterthought heel socks. They were like worsted weight.
Socks,
They were
wow.
like,
Worsted weight socks.
like on a size 7. They were lamb's
awesome.
pride.
Whoa.
With no hair. You look great on the old ankles. With definitely contrast color heels.
Yes. That sounds nice.
Big socks.
The last book you read?
Does listening
Yes,
count?
absolutely.
My Brilliant Friend.
Okay.
Oh, was that one about the Golden State Killer?
Something in the dark. I'll be gone.
I'll be gone in the
I'll
dark.
be gone in
I
the
just
dark.
read that too.
Oh, that's in my queue.
It's
All right,
not
then.
fun to listen to at night.
I love it. We spend so much time in the mill with noise canceling headphones. We consume so much media through the old years. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then your personal heroes.
Oh. That's hard.
Frida Kahlo, Beauty Through the Pain.
Oh,
I love Frida Kahlo.
top
Who's
that.
mine?
I know, right? Good luck.
Wow.
Failure right there.
I would say I really love Eudora Welty. I'm from the South. We're from Mississippi. So she's my girl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for putting up with us and sitting down with us, and I hope you have a
Yeah.
great rest of your time here at Rhinebeck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Done.
Yeah. This is going really well already.
Welcome to the Selvage podcast with Sam and Kat and special guests Kate and Rachel from Spincycle Yarns.
We're keeping that.
We didn't need an introduction. Andrea Mowry did it for us.
Okay. No, we're keeping that. And go.